that was all. It was in our heads. That was our imagination. That stupid damage that I took. That whole decision of going the opposite direction of all of my stuff when I lost my head. That's a thing that didn't happen. That was a hypothetical. That was sort of a worst case scenario that we were imagining in our heads. That's what we're going with. Meanwhile, as we continue to think about that, we are going to create a situation that will be far less embarrassing than that was. And yes, we actually could use a heart this time, so thank you, chest. I'm happy about that. Through the tube. Alright, this is the situation I was talking about. That bat, that tennis bat there, he kind of had this opening covered, and I probably have a lot more room than it feels like I have, but yeah, I don't know if it was actually a really tight fit, or if it was just my fear and paranoia for the situation causing me to take damage that I should not have. But I don't know, I just feel like those bats, they are super good at guarding an opening. They can really mess with you when you get into a tight spot like that. I guess maybe the tactic for that is to just be aware of that and try not to get into situations where I'm, in an opening that can be blocked by a single bat. It just, it's sort of an awareness of motion, a positioning. Back when I used to play MOBAs, that was a big deal. Positioning is, where you are, where you move, what areas you cover. We'll think of this from a positioning perspective. We'll say that the bats, they've got their little zones covered, and you got to be careful of, what coverage they have. You move into a zone that they've got covered, and obviously you're in danger. So we're gonna try to be more aware of that, and we're gonna see if we can get better at navigating those situations where it seems like we get kind of screwed by a bat that just happens to be in a really inopportune place. Okay, I feel like this is going. Gonna say this was going pretty well so far. I have to stop saying stuff like that. I have to stop saying it, and I have to stop thinking it, because I don't know. Not typically a very superstitious person, but you see patterns. The human mind, it just has a tendency to want to treat everything as cause and effect. It's a tendency that people have. There's no way around that. So, if I keep seeing that I'm just getting squashed every time I get a little bit optimistic, well, cause and effect. It's gonna look to my brain as if the fact that I am getting slightly optimistic is actually what's causing all the horrible things that happen to me immediately after. And, we all know, on an intellectual level, we are above that. We as a species, we have evolved beyond that. We are of higher intelligence, but on a certain level, nobody wants to walk under a ladder. That's what I'm saying. That's, I'm a hypocrite. I walk under ladders all the time, but you get my meaning. You get my meaning. Honestly, you shouldn't walk under ladders. It's superstition aside, it is actually a little bit of a safety issue in certain situations. It depends on the ladder, but just, I can't see where you are, and I can't see what kind of ladder you have access to. So I'm gonna say, just, I'm concerned for you as a viewer. You probably shouldn't be walking under any ladders. Just, just putting that out there. Please stay safe on and around ladders. Alright, we're gonna get to use our backpack here. I can't reach that guy conveniently, so doing a big old jump. Big old jump. Alright, let's see if we can bait this guy out a little bit and then not have to worry about one of those whole zone coverage situations I was just talking about. I think that's going to be the way to do it. They seem to me like the bats are the most... Well, aside from these thwomper guys, the bats are the most aggressive when it comes to actually seeking you out, and we may be able to use that to our advantage. If we happen to see a space that looks like it's well guarded like that, then maybe we can sort of bait them out into an area that's going to be more ideal for fighting bats. I've got enough glyphs for a continue, but a continue at this point is basically just starting the game over. So I'm just going to buy the health, buy a refresh, and then it wasn't health. I can't actually afford anything else. So we're gonna move along from here. If we can beat these bosses without a continue, then we can go on to try to get that other unlock involving Sally and this backpack that I want to be able to show you guys this this playthrough. It's adorable, it's kind of fun, and honestly it's sort of cool that the mechanic is in there at all. You'll know what I mean when you see it. It's cute, it's fun, and it's actually pretty useful what you get from it. So we're hopefully going to be able to take care of that. Yeah. All right. So I'd say we're getting pretty comfortable with that boss fight. We just did another. I don't know if that was a no-hit. I wasn't paying close enough attention. But you know, it felt smooth, it felt natural, and it felt comfortable. So, all right, Sally, what do you got for me? We've got the floating skull and some hearts. Very nice. I'm at full health again. Alright, now here's what we're going to do. Sally looks very happy right now, and here is why. What's that? Is that a ball? Is that a ball, Sally? You want to play with the ball? Let's play with the ball. Six, 7, 8. Oh, I was gonna say I ruined it, but I guess I didn't. As you can see, we bounced the ball against Sally's face a couple of times. She really liked that. If you saw that big old goofy grin on her big whaley face. After a certain number of bounces with the ball, when the ball hits the ground again, it becomes this sweet, totally edgy, upside-down cross backpack. We're gonna take that with us, and you know, I could make it a whole thing about it's gonna be a big dramatic reveal when you find out what it does. No, I'm just gonna tell you, it's an extra life, basically. If you die in a way that doesn't involve you falling to your death, which I'm actually pretty likely to do here, so this may end up being irrelevant. But if you die in a manner that just involves you losing all of your health, this backpack will actually bring you back once. The backpack will then be consumed, I guess you could say. It's a one-time use, but it's sort of like, it's like a conditional extra life. Oh, well, that's not good. But the rolling head guys there, they're actually also pretty easy to bait, just like the bats are. I think the key to this area is going to be getting to know the patterns of the faster enemies, which in this case, the little flying... Everything here, it all looks like microphones to me. You know, I don't know if I've mentioned that, but they all look like vintage microphones. Like that, it just looks like something you'd see in front of the face of a swanky nightclub singer. Oh my gosh, 2 of them together. Alright, let's try not to... You know what, we're just gonna keep moving on. But anyway, I think the key to truly mastering this area is going to be for learning how to take care of those flying guys, because they're multi-staged. You know, they're out to get you. Oh no, oh no. They are 100% out to get you. You know, you hit them in the air, they're a little hard to keep track of up there, but then even if you can shoot them down, once the 2 pieces are separated, they move much more, I don't want to say unpredictably, I'm sure they have some kind of predictable pattern, but I have a much harder time keeping track of them once they've been separated. And especially the rolling balls on the ground. If I'm on the ground, man, they hit me all the time. I'm not sure. I'm hoping you've noticed what this new head that we got does. It's pretty cool. I am not particularly comfortable with using it fully effectively right now, because it actually requires a great deal of skill to use properly. But as you can see, when we're in the air, the second jump that we do, we have the ability to spin around, and what that does is it lets us sort of aim our shots in midair, which allows you to do stupid self-destructive things like that. So we're gonna try very hard to not let the focus on aiming in midair just completely ruin us. I'm dead. We're also going to try not to fall down pits, but as you can see, that did not work out too well that time. Well, let's try this again. I felt a lot more comfortable that time through. You know, I died for a stupid reason, but it's kind of a little bit partly because I was sort of showing off just a little. So with a little bit less grandstanding, a little more focus this time around, I think we may actually be able to make it through another level of Robot Land. I felt like that was going pretty well. You gotta remember the first area, it's still no cakewalk. We can't just blaze through it. We do have to be careful, make sure that we don't lose all our lives. If we can, it would be nice to go into Robot World with a bunch of glyphs, but again, since that would require some good combos, we're not going to focus too much on combos, because that's how we die. Ironically, it's also how we live, but yeah, this I think is a good opportunity for a low-risk combo to build up. And if we can, we're going to try to see if we can make every enemy in this level all one big... Nope. Too late. One big nope. Yeah, that's exactly what I meant. Oh, come on. I just want my head back. Oh, okay. Alright. Good use of balloon, ball, bounce. Good use of round. I was afraid we weren't going to make it out of that one and get stuck in kind of an endless loop of losing our heads and then getting hit again. But, fortunately, a little use of a high jump there, and we managed to get to safety. We'll see if we can maybe build up a little mini combo out of everyone left here, which I guess we only get to do that once, but we're going to end up refilling our ammo. And do I want to do the secret zone? Yeah, let's give it a shot. The more practice I get on that, the more comfortable I can be with jumping on heads, keeping bounce combos, I guess, if you want to call them something like that. I feel like the farther into the game we get, the more useful it's going to be comfortable jumping around on a bunch of different heads. Because it's, number one, it's just fun. It's really, really satisfying when you can pull off a chain of jumps on enemy heads. I don't know if it actually has any benefit gameplay-wise. Obviously it saves you ammo, but I don't know if it affects points or if it makes your combo last longer or what, but it's fun. You know, it's fun, it's satisfying, and the fact that it doesn't use ammo, that's a good benefit. I can't help but noticing that we are down to no health, and that scares me a little bit, given that, you know, our purpose at the moment is to not die. Just in general, that's our goal as far as the game. Above points, above combos, above all, the immediate goal is don't die. And I feel like having no health, it's not the best way to do that. You know, that might just be my opinion, but I have always thought, see, there's a good example. I have always thought that if you have no health and you get hit by an enemy, I mean, you're probably gonna die. That just, it seems like that's the rule. So, this time, going through, we're going to try to keep that health, and the way we're going to do that, it's going to be, it's this new idea that I have actually just already failed to do, but we're going to see if we can just not get hit. I think that's going to be, the way to go. We're gonna play with the goal in mind of not getting hit. Alright, here we go. Scene 1, don't get hit. And immediately I see